Doing what we can. Doing what we can, what we got.
Now on 12 News, fighting the flood. Emergency crews working day and night, plucking people from waterlogged homes. Deweyville about 100% submerged. We take a look at the water levels today.
We're having to move out again, find some more higher ground.
Plus, moving to safety again. The Deweyville family forced to seek shelter for a second time in just 48 hours. We have an inside look at Newton County evacuations.
And dangerous rise. I'm Rebecca Trejo, and I'm live in the Cove area in Orange, where, as you can see here behind me, water is starting to creep up on people's yards, almost completely submerging it. Lots of people are evacuating out here. We explain how much the river is expected to rise here in Orange.
Live from Southeast Texas, 12 News at 5 starts now.
We begin tonight with late developments in the historic catastrophic flooding in parts of Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News. I'm Kevin Steele. Erica is off tonight. Our team coverage takes us into Deweyville, Orange, the community of Cove. We have heartbreaking flooding, and we are expected to have even more new locations with heartbreaking flooding. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn for a look at the river levels and some of our newest concerns tonight. Patrick?
Well, Kevin, just because some of these sites have crested, it's going to take days, if not over a week, for them to fall enough to you can get back to your property. Burkeville and Bonweir on the Sabine has crested. Deweyville has set a new record, now above the historic record of 1884 at 32.3 feet. Still expected to crest at 35.2 feet Tuesday afternoon. Orange is up to 4.15 feet, cresting Wednesday afternoon at 7.5 feet. We'll talk more about Orange in just a second. Village Creek, minor flooding at Kuntz. Flooding is minor and falling over at Pine Island Bayou, Sour Lake. Minor flooding. It is falling at 27.8 feet. The Neches River at Evadale, minor flooding and falling at 19.4 feet. Neches River at Beaumont, it is going to crest at 9.3 feet coming up Tuesday. And Neches River at the Saltwater Barrier, currently at 9.8 feet. Bigner Road and Four Oaks Ranch Road cut off over towards Cal Bayou, Mauriceville. Moderate flooding expected at 18.9 feet. It will not crest until Sunday. That's this upcoming Sunday at 19.3 feet. All right, let's get you updated as far as what our concerns are in Orange County. Specifically, this is where we think are going to be the areas that are next affected. Of course, the water is going to come down the Sabine, and the question is, how much water goes back and floods back up the Adams Bayou? Don't know how far that north is going to occur, but I fully expect that this water is going to pour right on into this marsh and flood it, and I expect, if not completely flooding the Cove, it is certainly going to significantly cause flooding in a lot of homes in that area. And then the question becomes West Orange. How far does this water reach away from the bayou? I can't answer that right now, but you should certainly be cautious and be prepared. Listen to emergency management folks in and around the Orange County emergency management. And the question is, does the water make it up towards Greene and MacArthur? Don't know. Too early to tell. But I do fully expect Lamar Orange to be severely impacted and flooded, and all downtown to be severely impacted of Orange. So that's the very latest. We've got much more coming up. Unfortunately, more rain in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Very good points, Patrick. And north of the area you just described, downtown Orange, there are mandatory evacuations being called for. The Orange County Office of Emergency Management issuing a mandatory evacuation for folks living north of I-10 and east of Highway 87. Of course, that includes the eastern half of Little Cypress. Residents being asked to safely leave their homes, being told it could be days before they can return. Voluntary evacuations are being called for you if you live in Orange County south of I-10 in the Cove area that we talked about, east of Bob Hall Road and east of 10th Street. And a voluntary evacuation called for those of you in West Orange living south of Western Avenue and east of Dayton Street. In Pinehurst, a voluntary evacuation ordered near Adams Bayou. Police Chief Fred Hanauer says residents and businesses are involved if they are near the streets off MacArthur Drive or West Park Avenue near Adams Bayou. That includes the areas of Camelot, Lancelot, Somerset, Enchanted Oaks, and Concord, also involved in the order. This morning, the city also declared a state of emergency for areas near the bayou and low-lying adjacent areas. Newton County, the mandatory evacuation now stretching from Bon Weir south to the Orange County line, starts at the intersection of State Highway 190 in Bon Weir and FM 1416 south to the intersection of State Highway 87, then down 87 to the Orange County line. A curfew in effect as well from midnight to 7 a.m. through Saturday, March 19th. Deweyville is one of the worst hit of all of the areas of southeast Texas. Just in Jasper and Newton County alone during this entire incident, 128 rescues, 276 evacuation assists by rescue personnel, most of the town submerged, the worst flooding in Deweyville in 130 years. 12 News reporter Ezzy Castro continues our team coverage tonight after visiting the Incident Command Center and taking a boat to see the millions of dollars worth of property, often sentimental property damage, and it's all severely damaged now. Ezzy?
Kevin, right now the Sabine River in Deweyville is 31 feet high, and it is expected to reach 35 feet by noon tomorrow. Take a look of how bad it is on State Highway 12. This is just a couple of miles from the state line. I was in Deweyville over the weekend where the water did not even reach the street. Now you can see for yourself of how bad it is out there. A South Newton firefighter told me they rescued about 4 more people this morning on boat. The Texas Department of Transportation officials are advising drivers to not pass those barricades on State Highway 12.
State Highway 12 from State Highway 87 all the way to state line is closed. And so we are asking people to not go past those barricades, make sure that they are aware of what's going on.
Now, some of those South Newton firefighters live on that road where their houses are already underwater. The Office of Emergency Management for Newton, Sabine, and Jasper County say there are over 400 homes flooded out in Newton County. In the studio, Ezzy Castro, 12 News.
Ezzy, thanks very much. As that water moves out of Deweyville, it moves further south, of course, and now one family that had already evacuated from Deweyville is facing a second evacuation in just 48 hours. 12 News reporter Lance Edwards continues our team coverage with their story from the Hartburg area.
My neighbors helped down there in Deweyville, helped us get us out.
Kevin Bland spent his Monday morning packing all of his belongings for the second time in less than 48 hours.
It's pretty crazy right now, and I've never seen water move up this fast.
The rising waters of the Sabine River flooded Bland's home near Deweyville Elementary School, forcing him to relocate to the nearby community of Hartburg. This morning, the floodwaters rapidly approached County Road 4181, directly in Bland's path.
Yeah, we woke up about 6, and that's when I come outside and I seen the water in the front yard, and we just started trying to move stuff out of here.
This time, packing 2 households into a U-Haul truck. Other neighbors loading trailers, or just lending a helping hand. And the water is not finished rising, creeping towards Highway 87, rising up, over, and through this line of railroad tracks, forcing thousands of people to leave their homes behind.
And this is the first major flood I'm really going through, and it's difficult.
In Hartburg, Lance Edwards, 12 News.
Bland told 12 News the water was spotted around midnight last night, but he just didn't think it would be in the yard when he woke up this morning. Your questions answered tonight. A lot of you are wondering about the status of Interstate 10 in Orange. The Department of Transportation says they have maintenance crews monitoring the flooding in that area. As of right now, no closure of I-10 has been called for. We will continue to cover this closely for you, so stay with us. TxDOT has, however, closed several roadways throughout the area due to flooding. Currently, drivers cannot get into Louisiana by US 190, State Highway 63, or State Highway 12. Also, the Information Center in Orange, just off I-10, will close indefinitely. For a complete list of road closures throughout southeast Texas, head to our website, 12newsnow.com. We can take care of you with that there. Throughout the day, flooding's become more and more of an issue in Orange. Now, this is a business off Simmons Drive already flooded. The boat ramps off Simmons Drive, high water's quite apparent already. And nearby, a group of people were loading up sandbags to help homeowners. If you need sandbags, there are 4 distribution sites throughout the county at each of the county precinct offices. That's where you get them. One of the places in Orange County expected to be hit the worst, the community of Cove in the city of Orange. And that is where 12 News reporter Rebecca Trejo is live now with a word for us about residents who are trying to get out early. Rebecca?
Kevin, this is the end of the street on Tennessee Street in the Cove area. Now, I want to show you some of the water out here. The homeowner who lives in this house right here, he said it was about 8 inches this morning. Now it's grown to about a foot, and you can see his yard goes down a little bit here, and the water can be seen a little bit deeper down there. I want to show you this caution tape that he put up right here just recently when we got out here. He put it up because he said people would drive down the street, splashing water into his yard, pushing more water close to his cars, more into his yard, so he just put this up. Now, the Office of Emergency Management for the City of Orange says the Sabine River is expected to crest Wednesday afternoon at 7.5 feet. Many of the people in the Cove area are leaving now. That's 1.5 feet less than the crest during Hurricane Ike, which was 9 feet. A voluntary evacuation is in place here for the Cove area, and emergency officials tell me that may change tomorrow to mandatory, but it's still too early to tell. We will continue to be out here live at 6 and 6:30 to give you the latest information out here, but as you can see, water is continuing to rise into people's yards. Lots of people are leaving. This man says he'll leave until tomorrow, and he hopes his property isn't lost. Live in Orange, Rebecca Trejo, 12 News.
Easy to see the issue there. Rebecca, thanks so much. Among the closures and cancellations because of the flooding, hope this helps out a little, the W.H. Stark House, the Stark Museum of Art, the Shangri-La Botanical Gardens, and the Lutcher Theater all closed until further notice. The county courthouse closed at noon today, as well as the Orange City Hall. They will remain closed tomorrow. Lamar State College Orange campus closed at 3 today and will remain closed for the remainder of the week. And the city of Orange has canceled the Music Fest scheduled for Saturday at the Riverfront Pavilion. Now, if you need to find a shelter away from these flood threats, there are a couple of shelters set up across the area. 2 in Newton County, one at the Burkeville Baptist Church off County Road 2092, and a second at the First Baptist Church off Main Street in Newton. Jasper County has a shelter set up in Kirbyville at the First Baptist Church of Kirbyville. And in Orange County, there is one at the First United Methodist Church in Mauriceville, a second at the North Orange Baptist Church off 16th Street in Orange. Coming up, our flood coverage continues with a church inviter stepping up, trying to raise donations to help flood victims get back on their feet. And amazing 2 dogs rescued from the flooding in Orange. See that amazing rescue coming up next. Continuing our flood coverage tonight with an amazing rescue of a dog in Orange. This videotape sent in by a viewer today who says she heard the dogs off Pine Bluff Road in Orange. You can see the patio there. She contacted first responders, and they came in with a boat to try to bring those dogs out to safety. You can see it worked. Thank goodness. A church inviter stepping up also to help those impacted by the severe flooding. Pastor Bruce Lockett of the First Pentecostal Church of Vidor says the church is looking for non-perishable food items for flood victims. The church is working with the sheriff's office to help those stranded or in need of help.
There are several hundred families that have been flooded out, and we're trying to get the supplies that they may need when they get back on their feet and get food to them and things of that nature. We're praying for you. Don't give up. The rescue's on the way.
Don't give up. If you'd like to donate, drop non-perishable goods at the church located right across the street from the Viter Courthouse. The church is also looking for any veterans with boats to get in contact with them to help with rescues. To contact the church, you can call them at the number on the screen at the bottom, 769-8955. Call me up if you need that again. There are other ways you can help. The American Red Cross accepting donations as well. Donate by going to their website or texting the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. If you'd like to volunteer to help out, call the phone number on the screen here. That is 832-1644. A little girl is missing. An Amber Alert tonight for a 13-year-old girl from Walker County. The Walker County Sheriff's Office says Adriana Coronado was last seen at 1 a.m. Saturday morning in Katy, Texas. Law enforcement officials believe she may be in grave or immediate danger. Coronado is 5 feet tall, 105 pounds, and typically wears black framed glasses like these. Police looking for an unknown person in connection with her possible abduction. Patrick is back in just a moment. A live look right now at Orange, courtesy of Horseman's Western Store, a member of our Medical Center of Southeast Texas Skycam Network.
Well, this afternoon, Emergency Management in Orange County has declared a mandatory evacuation from Highway 87. Let me try that again. Highway 87 in Orange County, all the way down to I-10 and north of I-10. So this includes Little Cypress. You have to evacuate. It's a mandatory evacuation. So all this area east of 87 in northeastern Orange County is a mandatory evacuation. Too early to tell as far as Cal Bayou, how much water will go up Cal Bayou over towards Bridge City. Same thing over towards, let's say, Adams Bayou. Water is expected to move up the bayou and greatly impact the cove. Still unsure how much it'll affect, say, West Orange and Pinehurst, but I would certainly be watching this very closely. Let's take a look at rainfall amounts. I know that's just what you want to hear. We expect more rain in the forecast coming up, especially Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Could see another inch of rainfall through then. Tomorrow looks quiet across the air with mostly sunny skies. And again, our best chance of rain will be coming up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday ahead of a strong front.
Patrick, thanks so much. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you watching today. Thanks. We'll see you back here at 6.